Hey, Aaron Chen here. Hope you're doing well. If you're watching this video right now, then maybe you're doing a little bit of research on YouTube on how to never give up, right? Whether it's in your life or in business or just in general. What are some of the strategies that you can use to never give up on what you're trying to achieve, on your goals and your dreams, and why it's important, why it's so important to never give up and to never quit on anything that you're trying to do, okay? And this goes back to kind of my story, which a lot of you guys already know, where I've been online for 9 years, right? But for the first 8 years, didn't really have success, couldn't really figure it out, but I knew that I had a little bit of a taste of it, right? So I knew that you could definitely do very well online and make sales, and it was a realistic business opportunity, but I couldn't really get that consistency, and it was a huge problem. It was a really huge problem, and I wanted to quit more than 20 times in my business, probably, yeah, way more than that. But the important thing is I never did give up, okay? I never quit it. I never quit. I kept at it, I kept working at my business, kept working at my skill set, and then eventually figured it out, and I'm now very profitable. I generated over 1,000 sales last year in my business, and all that good stuff, okay? So why is that important to you? It's important to you because I am proof that it is possible, okay? If you never give up on your business, and if you don't give up on your dreams, and you keep pushing yourself, and you keep trying to figure it out, right? And I actually have a story about how this actually happened, and this is not just in my business, but in my other life, right? In other parts of my life, and I kind of wanted to tell you that story to kind of hit this point home, okay? Why being tenacious, having tenacity, never giving up, and why never quitting is one of the most important elements of finally finding success in life and your business, okay? So important, and having that staying power is absolutely essential, right? And if you don't do it. Sorry about that, guys. Some guy just completely blocking the road. Yeah, and the reason why, if you don't do it, then you're probably gonna end up quitting, and you'll never have success because you quit and you didn't try hard enough, okay? And you basically just gave up. All right. And so this is my story, basically. And I've kind of told this a little bit in some of my other videos, but I wanted to tell it properly so that you kind of, I can hit this point home for you guys, okay? So, I've been working out for a long time, right? So I go to the gym on a regular basis. I started working out when I was 15 years old, and I always wanted that, six-pack abs, that rippling chest and arms, and just a really good beach body, okay? Always wanted that. And I'm not sure if you've always wanted that, but I know there are a lot of guys out there who would like to have it, but it's one of those things that just eludes you, right? And so I started working out a long time ago. I'm 35 now. I've been working out for 20 years, okay? Can you believe that? 20 years. And I could never get it. Basically could never get the six-pack. I'd always tell my friends that I'd want to get it, but they would always laugh at me because I would talk about it, and I could never ever get it, right? But I was lifting pretty heavy weights. I was going on a regular basis. I was going to the gym like 4 or 5 times a week. I was eating what I thought was fairly clean, but I didn't really understand what I actually had to do in the gym to get the results that I wanted, okay? Just like a lot of people, I just thought that you go to the gym, you work out hard, you lift heavy weights, you eat okay, and you should get a six-pack, right? Sorry, just 1 second, guys. And so I did that for a long time, and I remember this was in the final year of university. I went to the University of Melbourne, right, in Australia, and I remember this as clear as day, okay? I was doing the bench press, and then this Aussie guy, kind of appeared out of nowhere, and this dude was like super ripped, right? I mean, he wasn't like huge, but he was very cut, and he had, those nice curves in his arms, and that's kind of what I wanted. I wanted my arms to look chiseled, not like a big piece of sausage, okay? And so I put down my weights, and I walked up to this guy, and I was like, excuse me, I hope you don't mind, but can you tell me what sort of workout you're doing to get, your chiseled arms? Because I've been trying to get that for a long time, and I can't for the life of me figure it out, right? And I thought like, okay, so I'm waiting for his answer, and I'm thinking like, this guy is just gonna give me like gold, right? And this is gonna be, you know, the end of my, you know, I don't know, whatever, you know, journey to getting a good body, right? I'm finally gonna figure it out. And this is what this guy says to me. He's like, sorry mate, I just have good genes. That's exactly what he said to me. He's like, I don't know, I just have good genes. And then he walks off, right? And firstly, I'm thinking, this guy's a real dick, right? Not a very nice guy at all, okay? And then secondly, I was even more confused than ever, because now I'm thinking to myself, oh crap, it doesn't matter how hard I work out, I need to have good genes, otherwise I'm not gonna be ripped like, you know, some of the guys in the gym and some of the guys that, you know, walk on the beach, like the way that I want to. So that conversation with this guy confused me even more than ever. Okay, and it wasn't good. It wasn't a good thing. And remember, this was like back in 2005, so this was a long time ago. This was 12-13 years ago. So at that time, there wasn't that much information even online about how to get a specific type of body type, right? So if you wanted to get like really ripped in the gym, there wasn't that much information about it back then. So nowadays there's a lot more information, right? But in 2005 there wasn't that much. So like, I remember I was just like, oh, I was really frustrated, you know, and it kind of demotivated me, but I still didn't, you know, I still wanted to keep working out because it was beneficial anyway, right? It was good for my health, and even though I didn't really look the way I wanted to, I still knew that it was important and I wanted to be strong as a guy and that sort of thing. So I continued to go to the gym, right? So fast forward like, you know, 10 years later after that, this was probably a couple of years ago, right? A year and a half, couple of years ago. I still wasn't really getting the results. I had been now going to the gym for probably like, you know, 18 years, okay, at that point. And then my cousin-in-law, okay, he's, you know, he's a cool guy, and he was getting some tremendous results, right? He was working out and he was getting really ripped, and he was, you know, he definitely had he had like an 8-pack, right? And so I basically asked him, I was like, dude, what are you doing? You know, what are you doing in the gym, you know, to get these results? And he was like, and then he basically sat me down and he explained to me the whole thing about, you know, calorie surplus and calorie deficit. And if you guys know anything about this, it's literally all about how much calories you eat every single day, right? And the type of exercises that you do. And he basically said, look, if you want to get ripped, you know, it's not about just going to the gym and working hard. It's actually doing specific exercises, okay? It's about what they call progression overload. I don't want to bore you guys, but basically what he said was you have to lift very heavy weights so that your muscles are getting bigger, okay? You need to do compound exercises, so you're exercising multiple muscle groups at the same time, and you're burning a lot of calories. And very important, you have to eat when you do it's basically called a bulk and a cut, right? You have to bulk up, so you have to gain muscle and a little bit of fat, and once you're very big and you're at the size that you want, you have to do something called a cut, where you have to be in calorie deficit. You have to eat less food than your body needs every single month, and that's how you trim the fat and you leave all the muscle behind. I had no idea. So actually, the answer to this is that it is a very scientific thing, okay? And so I started doing that, and so I've been working out. I've been doing this workout for now like a year and a half, and I'm in the best shape of my life, right? So I finally got the 6-pack, I finally got the chiseled arms, and all that stuff that I wanted, okay? So what's the moral of this story? Why is this important? This is important because basically what happened in my workout life is that I had kept trying, right? So I was very tenacious. I never gave up, which is an important thing, because if I had given up back in 2005 when I met that guy in my university gym, and he basically told me the wrong information, right? He just said that, oh, it's just genetic, you know, I'm lucky. I don't even have to work out that hard, and I get like a really ripped body, right? So if I had believed him, then basically I would never have hit my, you know, I would never have achieved the goals that I was trying to get at, which is basically to be in really good shape and get a 6-pack, right? And have, you know, very toned body or whatever it is, right? So if I had given up, I never would have achieved my goals, okay? But the truth is that I never gave up. I kept doing it. I kept working out. I kept working hard at the gym. And then eventually, I got the right information that allowed me to hit the goal, you know, to get to my goals that I wanted to get to in the first place, okay? So building a business and being successful in life in general, and being successful in business, is all about not only working hard and never giving up, That's important, right? But also doing the right things in your business so that you actually get results. Okay? So that's really, really, really important. So for example, you know, I wanted to quit 20 times in my business, right? Now, and here's the thing about online business that's really interesting, okay? There are lots of different points in your business where you could be doing well, but overall, maybe you're not profitable, okay? So for example, over the last 9 years in my business, right? I've always been able to generate traffic. Traffic has never been a problem, okay? So that's something that looks right, okay? You generate traffic, you're like, oh, okay, I'm you know, I'm getting results, I'm doing the right thing. My opt-in, my conversions for my opt-in forms have always been pretty good. I've always hovered around 15 to 50%, right? Figured out how to do that. So it's like, oh, okay, that's pretty good. I know how to get really, really good opt-ins, right? So everything's good, okay? But I could never convert, and also I've generated some sales as well. So it's like, oh, I've generated some sales, I'm doing pretty well. And I've also generated some pretty big commissions in my business. So I've actually generated, you know, $4,000, $5,000, I've even generated like $8,000 or more in commissions at some point, right? So that's like, oh, that's pretty good, okay? So everything looks good, everything's pointing to the green. But the problem was, I still was not consistent, and I couldn't get a positive ROI overall for the long term. Okay, does that make sense, right? So overall, even though I've got all these like positive things that were happening in my business, I was still negative at the end of the day, and I was still spending more in my business than I was earning. Does that make sense, right? So that was the problem, okay? Last hole, guys. And so, you know, even though everything looked great and it looked rosy, it was still frustrating because I wasn't actually profitable, which was the most important thing, right? And at any point in the last 8-9 years, I could have quit, and I probably should have quit, right? But I didn't. Okay, I didn't, because I knew that if I could figure this little thing out, then it would change my life completely, and it would change my business for the better. Okay, and that's exactly what happened to me in the gym. Okay, I knew that there was a way to do it. I knew it wasn't about genetics. Okay, initially I thought it was, because this guy confused me for a little bit, but eventually I realized that it can't be about genetics, right? Because, you know, that doesn't make sense. Surely there must be a way, there must be a scientific way to do this if you know how to do it, right? And if I keep trying, if I keep going, if I keep researching, I'm gonna finally figure it out, and then I'm gonna finally get the body that I want, okay? And so it's the same thing in my business. I knew that if I kept trying, if I kept working hard, if I never gave up, and I kept researching, I would finally figure out the formula to having this success that I wanted to have in my business, okay? And that's basically the message that I want to give to you today, okay? So if you've been trying to build a business online, and, you know, maybe you've generated a few leads, or maybe you've made a sale here, a sale there, or maybe you've never made a sale before, and you're thinking to yourself, man, this online thing just flat out doesn't work, okay? I'm here to tell you that it does, okay? It does work, you just haven't figured it out yet, okay? But you will figure it out. And so it's very, very important for you to keep trying, to never give up on your business, okay? Never ever give up on your business. Always take action, always learn more, and always implement different things. Test and tweak and analyze your business. That's the most important thing. Alright, does that make sense? I hope it does. And I hope you're getting some aha moments from this video today. So let me know what you thought in the comments below, okay? Does that make sense? Did my story hit a few, you know, a few nerves, right? You know, does that resonate with you? Let me know. I'd like to know in the comments below. And listen, if you want to learn how I did it, right? If you want to learn the formula that I actually implemented in my business over the last, you know, year and a half now, then I'd like to show you how to do that, if that's what you want to do, okay? So if you want to get access to that information, to that training, if you want to see the business that I'm a part of, all you have to do is click on the link right below this video. It's going to lead you to my website. It's going to ask for an email address. Go ahead and enter your best email address, okay? And then I'm going to show you exactly how I did it in my business, okay? And if you got some value from this video today, please give me a thumbs up. And if you want to get more videos like this, you know, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, all right? And if you want to get more cool videos on, you know, learning how to build an online business successfully, I want to teach you how to do that, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this video today, and I hope to see you on another video very, very soon. This is Aaron Chen signing out. Take care.